to the Daily Show. I'm Ronny Chieng. We got so much to talk about tonight. North Korea is waging the world's dirtiest war. Spelling bee is a scam. And finally, there's a place to see porn on the internet. Did you know that? Because I didn't. But first, Joe Biden has decided to start trying to win the election. So let's get into our latest installment of Indecision 2024. Let's kick things off with the southern border. It's the line where America stops mowing its lawn. And border security is one of President Biden's biggest weaknesses. It's why he tried to make a border deal with Republicans earlier this year. It's also why Republicans refused to make a deal with him. They were like, how can we blame you for this if you fix it, you idiot? So now, with his polls tanking 5 months before Election Day, Biden is finally saying, F it, I'll just do it myself.
President Biden taking major steps to stem the flow of migrants crossing the U.S. border illegally with a sweeping new executive action.
Biden's new executive order will allow U.S. immigration officials to deport migrants without processing their asylum claims when the number of illegal border crossings surpasses a specific threshold. Sources tell CBS News that number is likely 2,500 a day, which means it would likely be activated immediately. In May, Border Patrol recorded an average of 3,800 crossings daily.
We must face the simple truth. To protect America as a land that welcomes immigrants, we must first secure the border and secure it now. And if the United States doesn't secure our border, there's no limit to the number of people may try to come here, because there's no better place on the planet than the United States of America.
Hey, I get it, dude, but if you don't want people to come, maybe stop saying how awesome America is. It's the best. You can't come. Start complimenting Canada for once. Let them take some of that heat. Yeah. But that's right. Biden is shutting down the border. And if you watch Fox News, you're probably like, but I thought Biden wants migrants to flood the country so they can murder my whole family. Well, guess what? There's already enough migrants now to murder your whole family, okay? So Biden doesn't need you anymore. And if you watch MSNBC, you're probably upset about what Biden is doing, because some migrants do legitimately need asylum. But I gotta give liberals a bit of a reality check. It's not very popular to have no control over who immigrates to your country, okay? Just ask the Native Americans. Now, look, the fact is that immigrants are vital for America's economy and its culture, and also, let's be honest, America needs a better World Cup team, okay? But if you want to come to America, you gotta do it the right way, okay? Like I did, smuggled inside Trevor Noah's colon. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, obviously. I just told ICE that I'm Jackie Chan, all right? I understand the words that are coming out of your mouth. But if you're really upset about this, don't worry. Like everything else Biden does, it'll probably get knocked down by the Supreme Court. So if America really wants to lock down the southern border, they should put Ticketmaster in charge of it, okay? These guys are the best at making sure nobody can actually get into the thing they want to, okay? Everyone will be waiting on the queue for 3 hours. Yeah, and then they find out that America's already sold out. And yes, there will be massive unexplained fees. But let's move on to the other candidate, okay? Because with Joe Biden struggling in the polls, Donald Trump is already making plans to once again take on the Washington swamp. In a recent interview with Fox News, he promised to start by exposing all the things the deep state doesn't want you to know. Well, almost all the things.
Some people think that one way to build trust is to declassify things. If you were president, would you declassify, you can answer yes or no to these, would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so.
That was a bit suspicious, right? Like 9/11, yes. JFK, yes. Epstein, man, let's no. I mean, look at the panic in Trump's eyes. I've seen more relaxed people on the exit row of a Boeing flight. But, and why, though? Like, why are you so weird with the Epstein stuff? It's not like Donald Trump has any particular reason to not want the Epstein files opened up. I mean, let's hear him out. Here is full answer.
I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world.
Okay, he's definitely in that file. He is in the Epstein files. He's already like, look, there's gonna be a lot of phony stuff in there. Names, pictures, my DNA. You can't believe any of it. He's obviously not worried about protecting other people. I mean, this is the same guy who said Obama was born in Kenya and Ted Cruz's dad killed JFK, okay? Now all of a sudden he's like, look, if you put some inaccurate information out there, it could really destroy someone's reputation, okay? We need to err on the side of caution here. Besides, it doesn't even matter. You don't need to ask Trump to declassify anything. He's just gonna leave it at the buffet table at Mar-a-Lago. All right, let's move on to tech news, because the greatest website in the world is about to get even better.
X, the website formerly known as Twitter, is now embracing its new moniker in a way that we have not seen before, officially allowing X-rated content on the site. As of today, users may share consensually produced and distributed adult nudity or sexual behavior. In other words, porn is now officially allowed on Twitter.
That's right. Elon Musk is no longer the biggest ass on Twitter. Now, obviously, Twitter had porn on it before this, but nobody looked at it because it was against the rules, okay? And now we can, guilt-free. Basically, instead of fixing the porn problem, Elon just decided, hey, it's not a problem anymore. And hey, I'm not hating. That's how I handle issues in my life, too. I mean, those aren't bed bugs. They're my new roommates. So Elon surrendered, and porn will be everywhere now. And honestly, like, who cares? Like, the way Twitter is now, a Bukkake video would elevate the discourse. But if you think about the company as a whole, Twitter's trajectory, like the story of it, it's pretty wild when you think about it. Like as a company, it started as a place where you could follow the news in real time. And now that pitch is, hey, do you love reading Nazi shit while jacking off and being called a slur? Well, finally, that's a website for you. But let's move on to a story out of North Korea, which has raised trash talk to a whole new level.
South Korea is warning the public to watch out for objects falling from the sky after North Korea flew even more balloons with trash and filth over the border today.
1,000 of the airborne waste deliveries floating into the country since last Tuesday, littering places with things like cigarette butts, paper, and pieces of cloth.
Look at this typical communist shit, all right? Hey, North Korea, you don't stick trash in a balloon and float it over to your enemy, okay? How about you join the free world and put your trash in the ocean where it belongs? It does show you how clean South Korea is, though, because if Kim Jong-un flew trash into New York City, no one would even notice, okay? This trash would land on trash that was already there, and we'd be like, oh, great. The neighborhood garbage pile has a fancy balloon now. Now, obviously, everyone is pissed at North Korea for doing this. But to be fair, the South started it.
Groups in South Korea and the South Korean government for years now have sent flash drives and deliveries via balloons with K-dramas, with K-pop music attached to flash drives and sent them to North Korea as an example of like, hey, this is what life is like outside of North Korea. North Korea is now saying, this is filth to us, so we're going to send you filth back.
Wow, South Korea is really getting the short end of the stick here. I mean, they got the best music and the best TV shows, and they're sending it to North Korea in exchange for garbage? I mean, that's a terrible deal. At least demand something North Korea is good at, like those videos where cute kids dance in perfect synchronization so their parents don't get killed. For more on the trash fight, we go live to South Korea with senior Asia correspondent Desi Lydic. Desi, what's the situation over there?
It's intense, Ronnie. No one knows when this trash barrage will stop. Just moments ago, this landed mere inches from me. Look at this. Look at this. A half-eaten hot dog. Disgusting. I mean, who doesn't finish their hot dog?
Desi, come on. You're supposed to be doing serious reporting here. That's gross.
You're gross, Ronnie. Look, as a journalist, it's my job to report on these important international conflicts.
Oh my God, Desi, that was like a direct hit.
Oh, I'm fine. As a seasoned war correspondent, I am prepared for anything.
Are you sure you're okay? Because it looks like it's getting dangerous.
But, Ronnie, what are you talking about? This is great. Kim Jong-un is a nuclear-armed madman, but now he's just tossing trash over the fence like some weird neighbor you read about on Nextdoor. This is the best-case scenario. In fact, this is the way every war should be fought. Usually front lines are barren mud zones, but this just looks like a divorced dad's apartment.
Okay, but isn't this at least bad for the environment?
Oh, isn't this bad for the environment?
No, you know what's bad for the environment? Nuclear war. Okay? A trash war is much better. The closest thing I've seen to a biohazard here is a double-loaded diaper. Plus, it's much easier for America to support its allies in a trash war. We don't have any money left. But you know what we do have a lot of? Garbage. We got everything. We got food waste, plastics, all the artwork my kid makes in school. It's endless. I mean, do you know how many Amazon boxes I throw out every day? If trash is weapons, I'm basically Raytheon.
Okay, well, I guess a trash war sounds pretty good then?
Yeah. I mean, well, it's like a little irritating because you have to step in coffee grounds and old yogurt, but still, it is way better. Okay, you know what? God damn it. All right, we'll talk later. I have to go fill a diaper so I can return fire.
Okay, Desi, Lydic, everybody. Be safe. Bye.